They are, that we team them up with the right agencies so that not only can we get them out of it being incarcerated, but also to be able to go out there and get a job, education, open up businesses. So these are some very, very important issues that I wish to address in Tallahassee. With your support, okay, I know we can win. And I know the Democrats have a good idea. Think about it. The Democratic is the People's Party. Look at the issues. So if we don't get out there and vote, we have nobody to blame but ourselves. So I'm looking for all of you to get out there, and I'll support any Democrat that's out there that believes in one thing. We must put the people first. And if we do, the Democrats will win. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Bob.
Beverly Ledbetter.
Pardon?
The next one is Beverly Ledbetter.
Is that better? Ms. Ledbetter is the first person that asked for our endorsement today. Come on. We thank you so much for seeing us today.
Well, thank you. Well, good morning, choir. It's nice to be here in a room full of Democrats. I'm really excited to do that. I've learned a great deal about veterans. I'm married to a veteran. My father was a veteran, served in the Second World War. But going through your course, I learned a great deal. And one of the things I was really excited to find out, that in my area, and I'm running in District 38, which is eastern Pasco County, in Dade City, we actually now have an organization to work with disabled veterans who own small businesses. So I met with a person, and I was able to have some friends that I know who fit in that category go over and speak to them. The other thing that the mayor was talking about just a moment ago was the veterans courts, and I think that is something really important. And I think as a member of the Florida legislature, what I can do is I can push that counties start those veteran courts to keep our veterans who get into some sort of trouble out of the legal system, but get the help that they need. I think that's very, very important. Now, since you guys, I'm not going to take my full time because I know there's a lot of candidates here. Since you guys are the choir, how about getting down for a little semi-rap? When I point at you, I want you to say my last name. My last name is Ledbetter. And I want you to say, and I know it's early in the morning, but I want you to say it with enthusiasm, vim, and vigor. Because I know that in the military, you guys know how to take and follow directions, correct? All right, so Ledbetter, when I point at you, okay? My name is Beverly Ledbetter, and I'm running for the Florida House of Representatives, District 38. And I am running because I believe the Florida House can be Ledbetter. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for the opportunity to speak to you. But I am also preaching to the choir. My name is Daisy Baez, and I served in the United States Army, 1st Cavalry Division. Sir. So it was a, I have to tell you, my time in the military was one of the best years, some of the best years of my life. It was it truly is a family. You kind of like, you leave or you never leave, you always have that in your heart.
Daisy, back up. There you go. All right, good. Hello.
Hello. So I joined in 1980, and hopefully you won't deduct my age by that, and landed in Fort McClellan, Alabama, for basic training. And I have to tell you, I just, not long before that, I arrived in the United States, and my English was really, really poor. And so most of what I heard was screaming from the drill sergeant. And I couldn't figure out what he was saying, but I would just follow my other fellow soldiers to figure out what I needed to do. But I made it, and went on to serve in the 1st Cavalry Division in Fort Hood, Texas. And was a very highly decorated soldier. I got the Army Commendation Medal, 2 Army Achievement Medals, several Department of the Army Certificates of Achievement, and several Department of Defense Certificate of Achievements. I was a very committed soldier, very good at what I did, and I chose to leave to pursue my degree and move on in life, but the Army has never left me. Once a soldier, always a soldier. And I believe that when we ask our men and women to serve, we owe them, when they come back, to welcome them with open arms and with the services and the support that they need. I'm running for State House District 114, that's down in Miami-Dade County. It includes the cities of Coral Gables, West Miami, South Miami, Pinecrest, and Cutler Bay. And if you know of anybody, any veterans that live in that area, and you can reach out and say, you know, we have a great candidate who, when elected in November, will be a strong a 100% advocate for the needs of veterans in the States, please do so, because we need all the help we can get. We need Democrats and we need veterans to get out to vote, so we can vote a very, very awful person out of office who doesn't really have the interest of veterans at heart. So I am counting on your support. It was very difficult for me back in the 80s to be a woman in the military. There were many of us. In fact, I was in one of the first battalions that trained men and women together. And I have to tell you, I don't think the drill sergeants knew exactly what to do, but it was fun. We got away, I think, with a little more than we should have, because they didn't quite know how to handle us, but that's okay. Anyways, thank you for the opportunity again, and I look forward to working with all of you to make sure that our veterans get the services that they need. Thank you.
So I'm running for Soil and Water Commissioner in Hillsboro County, but I'm not up here to talk about myself today. I'm up here to talk to you about a very serious issue that affects our veterans, and we have a solution that can treat many thousands of veterans in this state. Amendment 2 will be on the ballot this November. For those of you who don't know what it is, Amendment 2 would create a legal medical cannabis system in the state of Florida, the very first medical marijuana system in the South. And recent research and studies have shown the value and medicinal effects of cannabis therapy, especially for our veterans, in regards to issues such as PTSD, which they're currently researching at the University of Arizona, in regards to pain, in regards to helping forget some of the painful battle memories that our veterans carry every day. And we need to understand that this is not about people trying to get high. It's not about recreational marijuana. This is about medicine and about real therapy that can help our veterans in this state. And with all the age-related illnesses that cannabis therapy helps, and all the issues that our veterans are coming home with, especially our young millennial veterans who have seen horrors that some of you guys haven't seen since Vietnam, in Iraq and Afghanistan, some of my fellow brothers and sisters. So I need you to understand that when you vote yes for Amendment 2 this November, you're doing it for our fellow brothers and sisters. You're not doing it necessarily for yourself. You're not doing it because you want people to get high, but you're doing it because they need relief, and they need it now. By the time this meeting is over, one of our brothers and sisters would have committed suicide in this country. And this is a therapy that has been proven to help bring people back from the brink, to help treat issues from schizophrenia all the way to cancer. So please, make the right choice, make the ethical choice, and help our brothers and sisters this November by voting yes on Amendment 2. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Giving honor to God, through whom all things are possible, to our chair, to our officers, to the members, to our elected officials, candidates, and all Democrats in the House. My name is Colonel Thaddeus Hamilton. I am your Democratic candidate for Florida's Commissioner of Agriculture and Consumer Services. Did you know? Thank you. Thank you. Did you know that Veterans Affairs come under the Commissioner of Agriculture and Consumer Services? Did you know that we need to take the federal and the state and create a partnership, a cooperative agreement where they work together to maximize federal monies, state monies, and most of all, serve our veterans. There should not be one veteran walking the streets homeless. There should not be one veteran in the state of Florida without a job. Veterans' families, we must take care of them, because if a vet, and you know about vets, when you go off to combat, you cannot afford to worry about your family. My military experience. I retired in 2000. I served 28 years. I also, like Daisy said, she was at part of the 1st Cavalry Division at Fort Hood, Texas. I was there also, part of the 1st Cav. Hoorah! Hoorah! My last 10 years, 9 years in the military, I taught Commander General Staff College. I've been a battery commander, 79th Field Artillery. Doing Operation Desert as a Storm. I was Director of Civil Military Operations for Fort Stewart, Georgia, serving North Florida and Southern Georgia to ensure that the families of our troops that were the 24th Infantry Division, which during Desert Storm, the 24th was the main division. We made sure that the 24th had everything they needed to complete their mission, and that their families were taken care of while they were away. So when they came home, they did not have to worry about what happened to my family. As Director of Civil Military Operations, when I got ready to leave, actually they wanted me to stay on active duty, and I had to say thank you, but no thank you, it's time to go home. And they asked me a question, well, who's going to do this after you leave? I said, you do have a Director of Civil Military Operations that's coming back to replace me. But they said, we want you to stay here. Thank you, but no thank you, it's time to go home. We did. I had a good time for a war situation, I have to admit. I had the opportunity to meet the families of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of troops, to go to the schools, to go to different organization meetings and mingle with the families. So I am very proud of my 28 years of military service. Now, Commissioner of Agriculture. I was born and raised on a farm in Marville, Arkansas. I have a degree in agriculture from the University of Arkansas in Pine Bluff. I worked for the United States Department of Agriculture for 36 years, and then I retired. I had the best job in the United States with the United States Department of Agriculture. I worked across this nation in agriculture, from the mountains in New Mexico to the beaches in Florida. I had a great time. I had a great career, but now it's time to continue to give back. We must protect our veterans, because you know they always say, well, we don't have money to do this and money to do that. If we don't have money to ensure the quality of life for our vets and their families, then we don't have money to send them off to war. So I want to say thank you for this opportunity. I do need your support. Right now, my election is November 4th. I do not have a Democratic opponent. I am your candidate for Florida's Commissioner of Agriculture. Yeah. All right. So I need your support. I have to raise a lot of funds, so do not hesitate to make the check out to Thaddeus at Hamilton. And if you care to double what you originally thought, that would be highly appreciated also. Thank you, and sir, the pleasure is mine to be here this morning. Thank you very much.
All right. So I work for USDA.
Okay. All right. Also, one other thing. Also, I am a countywide elected official here in Broward County. And on behalf of 1.6 million people, I'd like to welcome you to my county. I serve on the Broward Soil and Water Conservation District, and there are 63 soil and water conservation districts throughout the state of Florida. They are county or district-wide elected officials. They are non-paid. It costs them quite a bit of money to do their elected job, to get elected and then do their jobs, because they are non-paid and very few are compensated for the work they do for you. Thank you.